Welcome back, YouTube. Old Man Said This is back with another weekly roundup of gaming and industry news when it comes to streaming. Unfortunately, we will be talking about nothing but Twitch again this week because they just recently announced a bunch of changes that they are actually bringing to the platform at TwitchCon EU this last week in Paris. One of their bigger announcements, at least to them, is the fact that you can now use the guest star feature with other broadcasters while being live at the same time. Now, if you're unfamiliar with this, it's not really that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. It essentially means that people can collab now without actually sacrificing their own channel so that they can be live with someone else. A pretty cool change, but not really one that's probably going to be an overarching major thing going on moving forward. It's definitely nice for creators though, since they are going to be able to continue to broadcast if they decide to collab with someone. Twitch has also finally decided to introduce stories, which is a way for basically any broadcaster or creator on Twitch to stay in contact with their community while they're not live. So think the standard kind of stories platform or format. You can put up some clips that people can engage with while you're offline, some pictures, some other announcements as far as the stream goes. And I'm not really sure how this one's going to affect it moving forward. I think Twitch is usually just something that most people want to come to, click on whoever's live because they want some live entertainment, and then kind of go about with their lives. It's definitely something neat that they decided to throw in there, but I have really no idea what is going to basically come of it as time moves on. This is one that we can definitely come back to possibly in the future to see what's going on with it, but I think this is a relatively minor thing, and I think that it is cool that Twitch is doing it, but I just don't necessarily think it's going to be that big of a deal. So, what are the big announcements that Twitch came out with at TwitchCon Paris? Well, the first one we're going to start off with is actually the clip editor. Clip editor is something that is very well known in the Twitch circle. It's something that creators would like to have a little bit, be a little bit better. They want something that gives them a bit more agency when it comes to creating their clips and maybe have a little bit more creativity or tools for creativity, I suppose, moving forward when they get these awesome clips from their community, and they might want to repurpose them for something else, who knows what. It is something that I feel is definitely overdue when it comes to Twitch. The short form platform wars are going on right now too, if you want to call them that. You have TikTok, you have their obviously Instagram Reels, you have YouTube Shorts. This is going to allow people who are streaming on Twitch to utilize those even more because they're going to be able to just do all their editing right there on Twitch and then export it out and be able to use it. So what does that genuinely mean for all of the different creators? Well, it basically makes things a little bit easier. It's going to be something that they're going to be able to utilize and not necessarily, again, have to download, put it in a different editor, re-download it after they've cut it all up and send it out. To be fair though, the Twitch editor is very bare bones. It's only really letting you set up a clip to be digestible for any of those where you have like basically the image of the creator up top and then a scene of the gameplay at the bottom. Twitch is also parlaying this into something else, which we're going to get into here in a few. But so far as anyone who streams on Twitch or anyone who views Twitch, it's a pretty big deal because the people who do take the time to actually make Twitch clips for the creators they love and enjoy, it's giving them another tool to actually utilize these things that people are taking time out of their lives to make. And I know it's going to be a nice tool moving forward. I just don't know if they are going to ever refine it. Twitch has a really nasty habit of developing these wonderful new potential toys for their creators, but then it all just kind of comes out as a wet fart because they release it out into the wild and then they never actually really revisit it. We're going to be getting that more here in a second as we get into the next subject. So, the second major announcement that they made, in my estimation anyway, at TwitchCon Paris was the release of the Discovery feed, or as I like to call it, TwitchTok. Now, what does this mean for everyone? Well, this means if you're on mobile, you are going to have a Discovery feed now where there are going to be certain Twitch streamers having their clips featured that you can just basically leaf through. Now, ultimately, this is, I believe, what they wanted to use the aforementioned clip editor for even more. They want to be able to go through these clips, and it is Twitch going through the clips and just them only. We're going to be getting back to that one here in a second. That's why they have that there. They want to be able to make it so creators can edit their clips there and then hopefully get on this Discovery feed that Twitch has announced. Now, okay, there's so much more to unpack when it comes to this damn thing, and I'm not sure if I'm entirely equipped to do it, but damn it, I'm going to give it a good shot. So with TwitchTok, or the Discovery feed, again, it's going to be a case where anyone who's consuming Twitch on mobile is going to be able to leaf through it like you would TikTok. Now, as you're doing that, you're going to have the opportunity to like not only the creator, but the clip itself. And if you notice that the creator is live, you can actually immediately go to that creator because you're like, hey, this is a really good creator. They are doing something really cool. I love what this clip was. I need to check them out and see what this is all about. So what does that mean for everyone, really? Well, it's definitely a neat tool. It's something that Twitch decided to come out with. It's long overdue, especially with all the other short form content out there. But the real downside to this entire thing is the fact that creators have no power in this. The way that they have it developed right now is they will go in and pick whatever clips they feel like might want to go in the algorithm and basically spit it out there. It doesn't matter if you've featured it. Well, it's technically supposed to matter that you feature it, and we'll get to that here in a few as well. But in the long run, I'm not horribly certain that this is going to be anything great for the creators, or if it's just going to be a tool for Twitch to basically push their biggest creators to even generate more revenue than they already try to already. The reason I believe this may or may not be good, again, is because we don't know how Twitch is going to pick any of these clips. Now, again, it could come down to how popular is a creator, how many likes has a clip gotten, how many views has a clip gotten, is it an edited clip from the aforementioned editor that we were talking about. It's also nebulous right now, and it kind of sounds a little bit half-baked.
Doctor said I need a backiotomy.
I'm just not horribly certain what in the hell they're thinking over there when it comes to this, because if we can't, as creators, actually put our own stuff that a lot of our awesome viewers have created, then how are we supposed to even know what may work or what may not? As it stands right now, there's just this huge nebulous idea of like, all right, it's going to be part of this algorithm that none of you are ever going to really be able to see or even play with, because we're going to hand select these things and we are going to put them on this discovery feed. The other major problem here is that they're only taking these edited clips that we're using on Twitch and any other clip potentially that we decide to feature and throwing it on there. If you've ever experienced any of the short form content, whether it's on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, it is always pretty heavily edited. A lot of people out there are incredibly creative when it comes to their clips, being able to throw different things on top of it, you know, little moments or little emojis and stuff like that. And as of right now, the clips editor on Twitch has none of these kinds of features. So does that ultimately matter? I do actually believe it does. So ultimately, is this feature going to really matter to anyone on the platform? Who knows? It just kind of feels like right now Twitch has another ball in their court that they want to play with, and they're basically playing with it through everyone's hard work. Without us being able to get in there and actually do anything with it, we have no idea, again, what is going to ultimately work and what is ultimately not going to work. And when it comes to the folks who are actually consuming the Twitch content that comes from this discovery feed, they're not really going to know if they're seeing people that might be tailored to them or if they're just seeing people that might be better for Twitch's bottom line. So while it all may seem like Twitch is trying to innovate with some of these features, it actually feels like they're just playing catch up when it comes to the basic assailment that they've been getting from all of the different platforms lately, whether it be Kick or Instagram or TikTok or YouTube Shorts. They are trying their best, I think, but when you really take a look at it and you take a deep dive, a lot of it feels really goddamn self-serving. The other thing that we really need to talk about when it comes to all this is the whole featured clips that they're wanting the creators to use. This is something that they were really big about. They were like, oh yeah, you're going to be able to feature clips, and this is how you might potentially be able to get them into the discovery feed. Well, again, this is another case of we're giving this to you, but we're not really going to tell you how it works. We aren't going to tell you if there's going to be someone trying to look through these featured clips. We don't know if there's just some kind of robot out there taking a look at it, some kind of AI they have, some kind of, I don't know. Nobody has any idea. The only thing that we know is that we can feature a clip and that we will ultimately be able to possibly be put on this discovery feed for more discoverability. Now, the question is, if people actually like those clips, are they going to follow the streamers? We don't know. No one really knows how this is going to work. And while it seems like it could be an excellent idea in theory, when it comes to practice, it feels like there's just too many variables. No one really has any idea if we're going to be able to have any control ever, or if this is just, again, going to be another way for Twitch to parlay their bigger streamers into more revenue for themselves, or if they actually do genuinely have the creators in their minds. I suppose to end with a big win for Twitch on this, they're actually adding an ad countdown timer to chat. Now, why is this a big deal? Well, ads have been a huge thorn in everybody's side on Twitch lately. It doesn't matter if you're a creator, it doesn't matter if you're a viewer. Everyone is getting tired of ads, all the talk about ads, and what the future looks like moving forward when it comes to streamers actually putting ads on their content. One of the biggest issues these days is people missing the action, right? You're looking at a streamer, you're watching it, you're enjoying it, you may not be subscribed, you may not have Twitch Turbo, and suddenly in the middle of something huge, a ad pops up and everyone is screwed. So Twitch has actually decided to add a countdown timer in chat so everyone can see it. So whether or not chat can blow up the stream, be like, hey, yo, pause that ad, or if the streamer just wants to pay attention and notice that that ad's coming up, at least this way it might give people some agency to pause those ads so people don't miss out on the action, and everyone hopefully in the end wins. Now, this one might be a little bit more feel good than the other ones, and it seems pretty minor, but I guess it is kind of a cool tool for everyone to kind of come out on the right side of things. Creators will be able to hopefully not subject their viewership to an ad at a very bad time, and at the same time, the people who are consuming that content aren't going to be stuck behind an ad wall when some of the coolest shit in the stream's actually going down. So that's pretty much it, everybody. Those were some of the things that came out of the TwitchCon Paris Expo when they were talking about all the new things that they'll be rolling out for Twitch. What do you guys think? Do you think that the discovery feed's going to be cool? Do you think as a viewer you would actually engage with that when you're on Twitch mobile so you can find new creators or actually see something cool? Do you think that the ad thing is pretty neat? Now maybe you can actually be not subjected to ads at a really bad time when you're watching a streamer. The future is really weird right now when it comes to the content creation space, but I'm absolutely loving it. And I'm really hoping that everyone out there is getting something from all of these videos when we talk about it and we actually, have a little back and forth about these things. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. Thanks again for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Come over to the Twitch sometime. Make sure that you hang out with us. Don't like it if you don't like it. Whatever the hell works for you. Talk to you soon. Old man's out.